welcome to Ujima Flip Books. If you're new here, my name is Jo and I'm a crime fiction reader from the UK. I thought today I would do a book haul because my birthday is towards the end of January and I basically used that as an excuse to buy loads of books, and I also had some books bought for me. So I thought, given that I'll be doing book reviews on this channel, it's kind of a good way for you to see some of the upcoming books that I'll be reviewing because they're straight on my to be read pile. So I'm going to start with the 3 books that I got as gifts from my husband Andy. And the first one is The Axewoman by Hakan Nessa. I apologise, I'm probably butchering that. I have read a couple of Hakan books before, but I think this is actually the 4th book in a series and I've not read any of the rest of the series, so it may take me a while to get to this one because I want to read the other ones first. But it is one that I specifically asked for because I thought it was standalone and it's not. My bad, sorry Andy. Next up is another one that it will probably take me a while to get to, is the new Ian Rankin book, A Heart Full of Headstones. I only started reading Ian Rankin during, I was going to say during lockdown, but I don't think it was even like the first lot of lockdowns. I think I randomly stumbled upon the first Rebus book in a charity shop, and I just haven't got round to buying any more, mainly because I feel like they're so old I should be able to find them on the second-hand market, but I did again. As for this one, knowing that it will probably be a while before I get round to reading it, but I do prefer a hardback book, so yeah, I asked for this one. And then the 3rd book, which I have already started, is by one of my favourite authors. It's by Ragnar Jonasson. He is an Icelandic author and this book is called Outside. 4 friends, one night, not everyone will come out alive. I really cannot say enough good things about Ragnar Jonasson. His Arithor book series is just amazing. I love everything about it. So yeah, I've not really made much of a start on this one. Page 45. So far, I'm really enjoying this. I think the thing that I like about Icelandic authors is because I've spent quite a lot of time in Iceland. Up until COVID, me and my husband went to Iceland at least once a year, so it's one of my absolute favourite places in the world. And actually there was a Ragnar Jonasson book where he was describing where one of the people lived, like the flat that they lived in, and I mentally pictured it on a particular street, which is the same street as where the first ever hotel that we stayed in Reykjavik was. And about 3 chapters later he named the exact street that I was thinking of, which I think is just testament to how good his descriptions are in his book, that literally I was able to mentally imagine the place that he was describing without anything to say that it was that place. Anyway, this isn't supposed to be a review, it's supposed to be a haul, but yeah, very happy with this and very excited to finish reading it. The next 3 books are ones that I bought for myself. I am a sucker for going into Tesco's, supposedly doing the food shop and walking out with like 2 or 3 books. Just can't do it. I need to like just not turn right as soon as I walk in the shop because I always just end up buying books. But so the 3 that I got were What Happened on Floor 34 by Caroline Corcoran. I have finished this one. And then I think the next 2 were in like the 2 for £9 section. So there's You Should Have Told Me by Leah Conan, and trying not to lose my page, The Couple at the Table by Sophie Hannah. I'm currently up to chapter 14 on this one. There's a chance it's going to go on the DNF pile, which currently consists of The Axeman's Jazz. That is literally the only book I've never finished, but it's heading that way. Can't say I'm massively enjoying it. There's a spoiler for an upcoming review, unless something dramatically changes. And then yeah, this will be in an upcoming review. I then made the mistake of going into the local independent bookseller in my town, and they had Of Monsters and Men on, which is like my go-to soundtrack. Like, I absolutely love Of Monsters and Men, and usually have their albums on whilst I'm reading. So I feel like I was forced to buy 2 books because of them having Of Monsters and Men on. It clearly wasn't, but you know, justifying my purchases when I've probably got about 150 books in my to be read pile. So the first one is The Curfew by T.M. Logan, and the other one is The Second Stranger by Martin Griffin. I know absolutely nothing about either of these two other than what is printed on the blurbs, but they both seemed like the type of book I would enjoy, so I picked them up. And then the final book that I picked up, I did pick it up in the buy one get one half price, but I cannot remember what else I got with it, is A Fatal Crossing by Tom Hindle. So this is apparently very similar to an Agatha Christie book, and it actually has a comment from Ragnar Jonasson on it saying that it's very clever, you'll love it, which prompted me to pick it up because, if you didn't know, Ragnar Jonasson actually translated Agatha Christie books into Icelandic. That was like what he did before he became an author in his own right. So I figured if there's anyone who knows about Agatha Christie, it's him, and he says that I'd love it, so I went with it. It's also, because of the setting of this book, it is one that my husband Andy will read as well, so I sort of thought it'd be a good one that we can share between us. So they're all the books that I added to my to be read pile as part of my birthday. As I say, I have already read one of them now, and I'm started on 2 others, so I'm sure that those reviews will be coming very soon. But if you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more hauls and reviews of crime fiction, murder mystery, Nordic noir books, then hit the subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching. Bye!